Kary Oberbrunner with David Branderhorst. Welcome, David. How you doing?
Great. Hey, everybody.
Hey, listen, it's a Friday afternoon. By the way, I'm getting a little reverb. It could be on me here. Hang on one second. I think we're good now. Test one, two. So, welcome. Here we are on a Friday. Maybe you're watching this as a replay, but we're thrilled to be here. We're talking today all about lead magnets. So, listen, if you have a lead magnet already, type in "got one" in the comments, okay? If you don't even know what a lead magnet is, type in "don't know." Because listen, we have people at all different levels with technology today, and we're going to give you guys some great, helpful tools. David, how important has lead magnets been for our business?
Oh, they're huge because in everything you're doing when you're starting a relationship with someone, you're starting the connection with people. This is how you do it. This is how you build your connection with your future customers. They get used to you, they taste a little bit of what you are about or what you offer to see if you're really helpful. And this is like if you want to have clients at the back end, you have to have things like this on the front end because this is the funnel where people get to know you and they get started on that relationship. And once they do that, then they start to want more and more and more, and they start buying your products and services.
It's probably a weird analogy, but it's kind of like, listen, if you want to sit down and enjoy a great meal with corn and vegetables and all these things, you got to plant seeds months before, right? I mean, we kind of talked about that before we even started today, was like, hey, it's the harvest when you have people join your product, program, or service. But if you're not planting seeds and these seeds being free, you're going to struggle. So we have some great people. We have Maria, Tammy, Myra, Karen, Janet, all kinds of great people. Listen, if you guys can do us a quick favor, we're going to give 26 minutes of pure value. If you guys can share this, that would be fantastic because David has some charts with them. He's going to hold them up here in just a second. We are literally going to tell you the 5 things you need in your lead magnet for it to be effective. Because David, you and I know we've tried some lead magnets in the past. We've also had some clients before they knew about Business Academy Elite, they tried some lead magnets. And it's like what their lead magnet was offering and what their final product was a total disconnect. And that's why they struggled. Do you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the key to doing it. I know a couple people weren't completely sure what a lead magnet is, so why don't we start there real quick? It's like a lead
Yeah.
magnet is like a free resource, a free PDF, a free training video, some type of free content or value that you can give to people. I mean, it goes down to as simple as you've ever been to Costco on a Saturday morning. What are they giving away? They're giving away free samples. They're giving away a free taste of what it is that they're offering. So there's a way for you to get a little bit of a feel for what is this and what is it about and would I like it. So it's a way for you to introduce people. And in exchange for doing that online, you're getting people to give you a name and an email address. So it's a way for you to get people on your email list. It's a way for people to kind of say, hey, I want to see if this is something that's valuable for me and can help me. So it's a
Exactly.
really critical part of the process.
Love it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to teach this. David, if you can hold up your signs here, because what we're going to do is we're going to spell out the word LEADS, leads. So there's 5 letters and there's 5 tips that you need for an effective lead magnet. Are you ready, David?
I am ready. I got my little chart here, so we're just going to do it this way. So there's 5 essential elements for a powerful lead magnet. And the first one that we're going to cover is, I'm starting to read it backwards, low bar for a win. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Okay.
Hold back a little bit. Bring it back.
Here
Here we go. Now we got it.
Okay,
So
low bar for a win.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So what does that mean? A low bar for a win. That's what that really means is what you're wanting to do is you don't want to make an ebook or a free video or something that's very complicated for a lead magnet. You want to keep it very, very simple. You want something that people can take and they can get success with this tip, with this training, with this resource quickly. They don't have to go through 27 steps. If you give away a free ebook that's 200 pages long and jam-packed full of content, that may be great, but the odds of people actually getting through it and being able to get a win out of it goes down substantially because it's so huge. So what you really want to focus on is something that's simple and easy for people to have a win with. Because what happens is if somebody consumes this and they read it, they consume the video, they read the ebook, or they take this resource and they apply it because it's super easy and simple to apply, and suddenly they're getting, wow, that was helpful. That worked. That made a difference for me. What is their next thing going to be? Well, what else do you have? What else do you have that you can help me with? And that's where all of a sudden now you started the conversation. Now you started the bar raising to the next level where you can continue the discussion with them. So that's really the first thing. You want to get people to have success in a way that's simple and easy for them to achieve.
Fantastic. So listen, I muted you here for a second because I think when I talk, there's some reverb. But the point is this, folks. That was very clear. I found it extremely helpful. We're talking about the 5 elements for a high converting lead magnet. A lead magnet, just to recap, if you just joined us, David mentioned it could be a PDF, it could be a video, it could be a list, it could be a checklist, but it's something that gives people a quick win. David, some of our most effective ones have been like ones with numbers. For example, 18, how to turn your book into 18 streams of income. That's like curiosity. I'm gonna mute me, but why do you think that one worked so well, that lead magnet?
Well, I think one of the main reasons is it's very benefit driven. It has a distinct benefit on there of people looking at that going, that's something that I want. That's something that I can get something from. And you're actually going into my next point here a little bit of elite value. So what you're going to do here is this has to be something that has value. Okay, so yes, it's a quick win, but you got to make sure that what you're giving them a win on has significant value. There has to be something. It can't just be, oh, great, that was helpful advice, but it really doesn't make a big difference in my life. This has to be something that's valuable. People are going to say, oh my goodness, this was really important to me, and this is hitting a pain point or a deep desire in my life. This is something that's really going to be something that is important to them. It's something that's going to make a difference in their life and really cause them to say, wow, that really is something that's going to be of value to me.
So for example,
yep, go ahead.
So for example, it might be something like 5 tips for better communication with your loved one. In other words, most people are saying, I would benefit from better communication with my loved one. And you didn't say 37 tips. You said 5 tips. So it's that quick win. It's that pain point of, you know what, gee, I struggle with communication with my loved one or whatever. Or, 3 tips to save a half hour a day. But it's this quick win and it's this value thing. Fantastic. Absolutely. What's the next one, David?
Next one is alignment with the market. Okay? Awesome. So what that really means is when you produce a lead magnet, you want to be thinking about what's next for your customer. Like, for example, if you're a person who's teaching physical fitness, you're teaching courses on physical fitness, your lead magnet should be something that will then lead them to want to know more about getting physically fit. It should tie directly into whatever the next step is for them. It shouldn't be disconnected. It shouldn't be something random. It shouldn't be something unrelated to some of the other things that you're really trying to build the relationship on. It should be directly aligned. So if you are a person that's in a certain business and you want to work with people and you want to get clients in this certain area, the lead magnet should be what a lot of times we call as a splinter. So take something out of your main service, your main product, splinter off one idea from that and build something that's of value and that's a quick and easy win that they can get, and they can take it and then they can bring it in and they can say, oh yeah, that's great. Well, what else do you got? Well, now you're talking exactly to the market that you want to be talking to. You're talking exactly to the people that are in alignment with who your customer is. So this is attracting the right kind of people for who it is that you want to work with.
Awesome. So it's not like you offer something on relationships and then sell them at the end. You have an exercise program. That would be a total, that would be out of alignment. So when we have a author program for sale at the end, we're offering something that's going to help them on the front end write better, overcome writer's block, learn how to market their book better. In other words, we kind of attract them with the end product, like you said, that splinter. Awesome. What about the fourth one?
The fourth one, we are going to go with digestible. Okay. Awesome. That is one that we touched on a little bit earlier. So how many people have downloaded an ebook, a free ebook that looked great and never gotten through it? Probably most everyone, because what ends up happening is you'll download an ebook and it's long. It's 40, 50 pages long. And to be honest with you, it could be jam-packed full of great content. It could have great stuff, but it takes me a while to work through a 40 or 50 page ebook. There's not a quick win here. It is effort to get through that many pages. It's going to take me a little while to absorb it all and to consume it all. So what you really want to do is you want to keep this short and sweet and to the point. You want to try and solve one problem. Sorry, I'm giving away my future points here, but you want to try and get it so that it goes and it does one thing so that you are getting it and people can easily consume it. They can go through the ebook, they can go through the video, they can go through whatever the content piece is and get through it quickly and in a very short period of time, because that is so easy. Because otherwise you get it, and if people don't consume it, then they don't get the benefit from it. If they don't get the benefit from it, many times they don't take the next step in the relationship with you, which is to seek you for whatever else is next. So you got to get it quick and easy.
It's back to your Costco example. It's like nobody at Costco says, here's a 17-course meal. Would you like a sample? And I'll bring out the tray. In other words, there'd be no reason for that person to buy whatever you're selling in terms of the meal, because you already gave them 7 meals in one. And sometimes people, this is why, and listen, people are agreeing. People are saying me, Tammy says I've done that so many times. Janet says many times I download it and forget to read it. We think we need to create this master lead magnet that's like you said, 87 pages and blah, blah, blah. David, we've had extreme success from a one-page document that's designed nicely, and it's a checklist. It's like 3 lies every entrepreneur believes, or something like that. Should it be pain focused? Should it be pleasure focused? We kind of talk about aspirin problem, vitamin benefits. Can it be both, or do you see one that works better than the other?
I think either one can work, but here's what I would tie it to. The thing, because I think either way, a pain or a pleasure, carrot stick type approach, either one could definitely work. But what you really want to tie into is a person's wants to their desires, okay? Because people will go after things that they want and desire before they will go after things that they need. Okay. So many times we have things in life that we know, I really need to do that. Well, guess what? If you don't really also want that, you're probably not going to go get it, because it's something that you need to do, but it's not something that's connected to you emotionally. It's not something that's dialed into your heart that you feel like, oh, I want that. That's something that I so want to get, either to solve a problem in my life or to make my life more pleasant or pleasurable. Either one has to be there, but you need to tie it into a want. A want is different, not necessarily the same. It can definitely be different than a need. So I would definitely focus on that. and make that the primary objective. But then either way, you can go pain or pleasure, aspirin or yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, cool. Let's go with number 5.
Number 5 solves one problem. So in other words, too many times, again, because we care, because we really want to impress people, we really want to show them how skillful we are. We want to show them how much talent we have in this area. We try and super impress them with all the things that we have. And so we load it up with all these solutions to do all these problems. And it just becomes too much for them to consume in one sitting, and it becomes too much to absorb in one little resource. So your lead magnet needs to solve one problem at a time. And if you have multiple problems that you want to solve, great. Create a separate lead magnet for the next one. So if you have, the goal is, again, you want to get them to connect. You want to have them have that solve that one problem so that it's easily done. It's one thing for them to focus on, not 3 or 4 or 5. They can go in and say, this is something that is an issue for me. This is something I'm struggling with. You've helped me solve that one problem. I can understand it. It's easy to follow. And bam, now I get it. Now that just made my life better. And now I want to know what else you have.
I love it. I love it. Back to the Costco example, folks, this is so important. In fact, I was just at Sam's Club this morning with my family. They did not have free samples out. If they did, my kids probably would have eaten it all and not had their lunch. But the point is, David and I care about you. We really do. This is why we're doing this today, because we've seen horrible lead magnets in the past, and we've seen amazing lead magnets in the past. In fact, I just downloaded a lead magnet today. And David, I'm not going to name names, but I downloaded a lead magnet, and no joke, 21 pages, font was like this small. It was overwhelming. It was totally overwhelming. We've built a lead magnet, and people can test us. Like, go ahead and look on Facebook. If you type in 6-figure author 5-day challenge, this morning there were 15,100 people. That all came from a lead magnet. David, you remember last August, it was actually, we came back and met, and we said, we got this crazy idea. Remember this? To do a lead magnet based off of a Facebook group. And crazy. I mean, it changed our business, this one lead magnet. So we know the power of lead magnets. We've also had lead magnets that have been duds, because we're going to be straight up and honest with you guys. And we've had some that have turned into 15,000 people and hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. So the point is this, folks. We wanted to do a free teaching today. David, you did a great job. LEADS. In fact, Janet says you've already given me one solution. Tammy says now I have an idea for one. Amy says they're such great tips. Denny just checked in, so don't worry, we're recording this. But basically, the 5 elements of a high converting lead magnet, real quick again. L, low bar for win, meaning you get it quick. They don't have to jump over, a master's degree or a PhD degree to get a quick win. It's elite value. I mean, David, I know that some people are worried about giving their best in a lead magnet. And what's our advice? Do we say to hold back, or what do we tell people?
Oh no, we always say give your best, give what you can, but just make sure that it's focused.
Yeah, give your best. Listen, if you got something that works and you're kind of worried, like, oh my gosh, what if I give that free thing? I got nothing else left. That's a scarcity mindset. People will sniff that out. They'll feel it. And they'll feel like you're holding back, and that they can't trust you, and they won't buy from you. But when you give them your very best, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and this was free. I wonder what I'm going to get if I actually pay them for a product or service. And then A, alignment with the market. We talked about don't create a lead magnet that's totally off brand from the rest of your product. D, digestible, make it short, consumable, like you said, and that it solves one problem. So good for you, Karen. Karen says, I need a better one. Steven says, yeah, maximum effort. So David, part of the reason why we shared this today, of course, is to give a ton of value, whether people become clients or not. But you and I get asked almost every day. You certainly get asked every day questions about business, questions about online business, funnels, lead magnets, webinars, like how do you do this? And David, we don't have time to go into all of it today, but we do tell people that yesterday, 24 hours ago, we did a crazy webinar live and we had so many people jump in. I think it's available. I think we have over 1,200 people that have seen it, whether it's been live or it's been the recording. We're going to put the link right in, and people can watch this recording for free, and they can see, we called it the 3-step process for turning ideas into 6-figure businesses. And David, we're not hiding anything. We're telling people, look, what we just did yesterday was a sample for what you get if you join Business Academy Elite. Business Academy Elite is unlike any other program on the planet. And what does she say? Karen says, this is what I'll be talking to you about Wednesday's BAE call. So listen, Karen knows that David is now her business coach, right? She's one of our students?
Mm-hmm.
So literally, we only opened Business Academy Elite twice this year. And we opened it yesterday and it closes Monday. And if people need training like this, if they need a business coach, a weekly business coach where they can pop in and say, hey, help me with my situation, help me with my lead magnet, help me with my webinar. I saw a bunch of people already ask their questions for this week. It's, David, what is my website lacking? How do I
get a lot of those.
Yeah. So, I mean, literally, if people went out and hired a business coach to do 50 business coaching calls with them where all their questions are answered for 2 hours a week, that alone would basically be able to buy several cars. I mean, that's how much you would spend. Business Academy Elite, we've massively reduced the price. We've made it a crazy affordable investment, especially if you're serious about an online business. If you have one already that's stumbling, or if you want to start one, take your current one to the next level. David, the replay is right there. It's karyoberbrunner.com/BAE. It stands for Business Academy Elite. In our last 2 minutes, David, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, then I get 3 at the end. Okay. So in 2 minutes, share your heart. Why the heck? A few years ago, when you came to me and said, Kary, I know you run Author Academy Elite. By the way, we're business partners. You said, I know you run Author Academy Elite, but I want to run something called Business Academy Elite because that's something I'm passionate about. Why did you decide to invest your time and effort and energy into helping people grow their online businesses?
Sure. For me, I see all these people out there that have all these ideas. They have all the things in life that they really want to produce. They have these dreams, and so many of these ideas are great. They're just fantastic ideas. They are doing things for people. They are helping people. They are making differences in people's lives, but they're having a really difficult time getting it to scale, getting it to the point where they can actually do this full time, where they can actually work this thing to the point where they can get out of a day job and actually do what they feel called in their heart to do. And, so many of these people are buying all these training courses. They're spending thousands of dollars. I mean, you can spend tens of thousands of dollars on all marketing and training and different email courses and different things. I've bought many myself. They can be very expensive. And at the end of the day, a lot of people go through these courses and they're lost and they're confused and they don't know what to do because it's complicated at times. And they get off track and they get discouraged. And then the other option is where I need someone to help me, or I have to figure it out myself, which is an extremely difficult process to try and figure this out for yourself. You got to be really committed to try and tackle it all by yourself. It's like building a house all by yourself. Can you get there? Yeah, but it's going to take forever, and it's going to be a really painful process to get there. And so the other option is to hire somebody. Well, hiring somebody to work with you that's actually good, you could spend 50, 60 grand a year easily on hiring a good coach or a good person to really work with you to help you develop their business. That's just no way possible for most people to do. So we wanted to create something that gives people lots of training, lots of support, lots of skills, lots of tools, but then also provides service, that also provides a level of coaching support that every single week you can come with your questions. You spend the week working on your business, doing the things, and then every week you hop on a call and say, okay, this is where I'm at. Here's where can you take a look at what I've done? Can you help me with where I'm at and answer my questions for my next steps? Perfect. Let's do it. And we do it week after week after week, and people are taking steps and they're moving forward. And it's given them an extremely affordable way to make this work and to get it done and to get the results that they've been dreaming about their whole life. So I just feel this passion in my heart to help people get there, because I know that's what they want to do with their lives. I know that's the dream that they have. And I know in doing so, they're going to impact thousands of people's lives on the other side by all the things that they're going to be creating.
Love it. Listen, I met you in 2010. I was, here, I'm getting a little reverb. When I met you in 2010, I was 6 years into it, trying to do it on my own. And let's just say I kept my day job. And then after meeting you, we started launching events together in 2011. And then literally less than a year later, I announced at my job of 12 years that I was leaving and going full time with my dream. And we haven't looked back since. So it does work. I'm deeply indebted for your insight into all of our business. In fact, for years, people kept saying, I wish I had a David. I really want a David. Kary, you're lucky because you're the author, speaker, coach. I wish I had a David. And finally we said, you know what? We can't clone you, but we can create Business Academy Elite, which allows people the same insight, expertise, and access to you that they need. And not only you, but then we have people like Rachel Peterson and Dan Miller and Jeff Brown and all these great experts that bring in their very best training, and they get access to that too. So folks, we got to close it up. We're actually going to have a great meeting with two of our team members. So David and I are going to go continue on. And then I have a daughter's birthday party to go to, which I'm pretty excited about. So I just want to challenge you. I want to encourage you. There is the link, KaryOberbrunner.com/BAE. It's only open for the public now until Monday. Then we close it for 2018. So this is your opportunity for the public invitation. Last thing I'll say, I made a promise to be live because they're so fantastic. Sometimes people say, how did you do that technology today? Well, listen, David and I want to give you guys a free gift. We've negotiated a deal where you get a 30-day subscription for free. If you're a general public person, you only get 14 days, but we give you, we talk them into doubling it for free. There's no credit card required. Go ahead, check out that link if you want your own Be Live show like we did today. And that's just one of the thousands of things that you'll find beneficial if you join Business Academy Elite. Our little tips, tools, and tricks like that, they're going to help you save decades of your life and hundreds of thousands of dollars in your business life. So David, thanks so much. I had a blast. It sounds like a lot of people found value, and great job teaching today.
I love doing it. It's what my heart is. I have a passion for it. So I appreciate everybody hopping on.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
Bye.